Then I came to Kenya. That's when everything kind of changed for me because
Wow.
upon me stepping off of the plane, just going through the airport, there was I can't explain it. It felt different.
All right, it's Kia from Traverze Culture, and we are here for another relocation testimony today. And we are with the beautiful Miss Anita. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. In the Kenyan sun, just enjoying my best life.
Living your best life,
Yeah.
huh? So we're just gonna have a regular conversation, guys, as we usually do. Very organic, very authentic. All of her responses is going to be right now, right here. I did not go over anything. She don't know what I'm going to ask her. I don't know what she's going to say. So you're getting the authentic truth of her experience from the beginning to the end. But we're going to order some food
Yes.
this morning, right?
Yes, absolutely.
It is 11:25, 11, yes. So look like we've decided on what we're going to eat.
Yes.
We're going to share.
Yes.
All right, so we want to do the ribeye steak. Do you like it? How do you like it cooked?
Well.
Well done? Okay, well done. So we're going to be talking as we eat today. We both haven't had lunch, so
Right.
I'm like, we could just do this while we eating lunch.
Absolutely.
So let's get into it.
Okay.
I want to kind of go back into your history in terms of your, I don't want to get too much into your business. Just tell us a little bit about where you're from. Well, give us your name again, where you're from, and how did you start this journey of relocating to the continent?
So my name is Anita Chalmers. I'm originally from St. Louis, Missouri. That's where I was born and raised.
Okay, yes.
Yeah, so I spent the last, I want to say 30, 35 years in Texas.
Okay, wow.
Where I, I guess in 35 years, I had several jobs, but the last year of being there in Texas, I am a retired federal law enforcement employee.
Yes.
And so, yeah, that's where it's like the initial desire to move to the continent began. About 5 years in me thinking about retiring, that's when I started thinking about what am I going to do when I retire? Do I want to stay in the United States? What is my life going to look like once I retire? And of course, COVID hit.
Okay.
Once COVID hit, I was like, you know what? This is nuts. I'm getting out of here.
Okay, right.
And so that's really when I decided I'm leaving. I'm not gonna, retire in the U.S. I'm gonna retire in the continent.
Okay.
And so I guess after I retired in 2020.
Yep.
And after that, that's when I started making arrangements, started traveling, started going to different countries on the continent.
And you did this on your own?
Yes, absolutely, on my own. And to try to get a feel, I knew I wanted East Africa, South Africa type of thing. And so I went to South Africa first.
Yep.
Because everyone that I knew that had ever gone said, oh, it's a great, soft landing spot, go there.
Yes.
So I went there.
Yep.
Great, loved it.
Loved it.
Then I went to Tanzania. I was like, I don't really speak the language, kind of difficult to navigate that. Then I came to Kenya. That's when everything kind of changed for me because upon me stepping off of the plane, just going through the airport, there was I can't explain it. It felt different.
In South Africa and
Yes.
Tanzania?
Yes.
Okay.
And so it felt like I was home. So I was like, I said, let me just see if this is a phase.
Wow.
So I went on about my business, enjoying the atmosphere, meeting people, that type of thing. The more and more time that I stayed here, the more and more it just, I don't know, just did something to me. So I was like, you know what? This is it. This is where I'm coming.
Over South Africa?
Yes.
Because you had made some moves there.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
But then you came here and was like,
Right.
this is it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, because really, because South Africa is, as people call it, the big sister, if
Yeah,
you
yeah,
will,
yeah,
of
yeah.
Kenya. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
So it's like, yeah, I was there. It was great. You know, I invested in property. I
Yep.
did. You know, I was like, okay,
Can
you know,
we
this is
shout
South
out
Africa.
the real South Africa?
Oh yes, absolutely.
Shout out to the real South Africa.
Traveled on with the Real South Africa, went on their real estate tour, found out about how to navigate the purchasing of properties, setting up bank accounts, all of that. They were very instrumental in that, and so I did all of that.
Yep.
Said, okay, you know what, South Africa is great, but Kenya.
Wow. Now that's
Oh, you know what I
that's
mean?
interesting, Miss Anita, because most people, to your point, when they look at the continent, you're either going to hear about Ghana, South Africa. You might now Kenya is becoming the hot spot, but you typically don't hear about. And so then you also don't usually see people go to South Africa first,
Right.
invest, all of the things, and you had help. You
Yeah.
had help.
Yeah.
But it's a decision you chose on your own,
Right.
and still choose Kenya over
Over.
South
Yeah.
Africa. That's
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wow.
And so, I don't know. Like I keep saying, I cannot put my finger on it. I don't know what it is. For some reason, Kenya feels like home. Well, I'm not an individual to do, what do you call it? Your DNA
Look,
testing.
okay.
It's like
That wasn't
yeah.
something.
I don't
it just
believe
felt
in that.
like home.
Right. It just felt like home.
Okay.
So I don't understand it. Don't know why, but this, I made the decision that Kenya would be my home. And from the point, when did I start traveling? 2021, I think is when I started traveling to the continent until, what, 2024 is when I came to Kenya.
Right. On your
And-
own.
Yeah.
On your own.
On my own. And just to get a feel for the country, just to see, spend a couple of months and then, go on back to the U.S. In preparation, in my head, in preparation for my next trip to a different country on the continent. When I hit Kenya, it hit different. So I was like, you know what? Yeah, this is it.
Okay.
This is it.
You came here on your own to Kenya.
Yes.
Now, when you came here, what were you doing to kind of prepare? How was that experience?
It was great. So I partnered with African Diaspora Initiative.
John,
John, yes.
shout out to Diaspora Freedom Initiative.
Yeah, Freedom Initiative.
John Down and Diani. Tell us about that. We love him.
Yes.
We're partnered with him as well.
So, because I knew in order to come, I needed a visa, that type of thing. So I worked with him and his team as far as establishing a visa for me, that type of thing.
Right.
Making sure that I was doing everything proper,
Properly,
establishing my KRA PIN,
Yep,
everything that
yep,
I needed
yep.
in order to be in the country legally.
Legally.
So I started with him, and he worked through that process and everything, and then maybe about I guess maybe 6 months from me actually coming here, I found out about you guys,
Okay.
and I said, you know what, moving to another country is a lot,
Okay, right.
and when you're trying to do it alone, it's even more. So a lot.
Yes.
So I partner with you guys in preparation or in hopes of getting someone to help me navigate everything that I would be facing.
What you be
coming,
facing?
Yeah, coming to
Okay.
the continent.
Let me ask you this. So you partnered with John and then you saw us. What was the determining factor? Because again, you're just seeing us online.
That's true.
You don't know us from a can of paint.
Right.
What was the deciding factor for you after already coming here on your own?
Well, first of all, I knew I needed help. I knew that Traverze Culture had been here on boots on the ground for years. It wasn't like you were just getting started. You've been here for years. So you were the only African American company that I had saw or come across that was doing relocation services and had been doing it for some time. So that alone was a contributing factor for me because I wanted someone that basically was going to be able to walk me through what I would be going through and do it in a way that I don't know. It wouldn't be. What's the word I'm looking for? It wouldn't be. Like so heavy, or you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that was the reason why I reached out to you guys. We had our initial consultation,
Right.
and with that, it was like, okay, you was like, what do you need? What do you think you're going to need?
Yes.
Have you been to the continent before? Have you been to Kenya before?
Right.
This is not something to take lightly. You gave me sound advice. You wanted to know what was my financial situation, because coming to another country, it's not like just living in the United States. They don't have some of the safeguards that the United States has.
Correct.
So therefore, you wanted to make sure that I wasn't setting myself up for failure.
Correct.
And I think for me, that was the contributing factor.
That was the contributing factor.
Yeah.
So we started the consultation. After we got up, I remember you saying, "Oh my gosh, I'm so happy I contacted
Yes.
you all.
Yes.
I don't know how I would have been able to do this." And we're like, "We got you."
Right.
All right. So how long out did we start working with you? Was it a month or 60 days
I
out?
would say it was at least 60. I don't know. I'm thinking it was more than 60.
It seemed like it was
Yeah.
longer
Yeah.
than our normal 30
Yeah.
days, because we had just a lot of stuff going
Right.
on, and we wanted to make sure that we could get you in and lock you in.
Right.
Okay, so let's talk about gearing up to moving.
Oh boy.
So you have a house.
Yes.
You have things you need to get, squared away.
Right.
Tell the audience, how is that in the background, in conjunction with just checking in with us, and if we were able to help you with some of that anxiety and the load that you had back at home.
Yeah. So packing up was a lot.
It was a lot.
It was a lot.
Yes.
Trying to make sure that all the I's were dotted, T's were crossed, that there were no issues. I didn't want to sell the house prior to me actually leaving, because I didn't want to have to move and all of that. So I did everything as far as packing and that type of thing, and left. Then I put my house.
Then you put your house
on the market.
You did put your house on the
yes,
market.
Exactly. And so just the overall preparing, packing, that type of thing, you guys helped navigate a lot of anxiety, because you don't know what you're getting. You really don't. It's like, in order to, because there's several shipping companies out there. I mean,
yeah, this is true.
So you don't know if you're going to reach out to one that will abscond with your belongings. You don't know.
You just don't know what you don't know.
Absolutely.
So let's get into it.
Okay.
We gonna keep it a buck. We're not finna sugarcoat. We're gonna tell the truth.
Okay.
How was the shipping? Because we've had some
Right.
scares here, or not
Right.
scares necessarily, but just some concerns.
Right. Absolutely.
Because this was a new journey,
Right.
and things of that nature. How has it been there in terms of even some of the hiccups? Because things happen.
Right.
How has that been in terms of working with us, working with John, and making sure that the shipment part of what we were doing for relocation has been?
I could honestly say that if I did not have you, I did not have John to navigate that shipping part, the stress level of that, because you're talking about I was going to say my life.
Yeah, but it is your life.
You know what I mean?
It's your,
it's
yes.
like my belongings. And it's like, because I am the age that I am, we're not talking about, like a 20-year-old, where they've accomplished a little bit. I've been on this earth for a minute. I've accumulated a lot. Therefore, there are things that, some people have said, well, Nita, why didn't you just sell everything? Everything cannot be sold and not brought. And so, because I was bringing some things, I was like, you know what? Well, I might as well bring this because I love this. I might as well bring this because I love that.
Yeah.
Type of thing. But there were certain things that it was like, this is not going to fit in the suitcase.
No.
And I want this. I need this, type of thing.
And you have the right to feel that way.
Exactly.
So we ended up helping you ship a 40-foot container.
Right.
To Kenya, which will be here
on the 15th
of next month.
Of November. And then because I had some extra things that needed to be shipped, I did a separate shipment.
Where you
if
consolidated those, so you have two shipments coming in.
Yes, I do.
Do we know when that one is
that
coming?
one's actually coming in on the 10th
Okay.
So
maybe because it's a smaller
maybe so,
container
'cause
and it was consolidated with the
others.
container that was already coming.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Because I was like, how is that one coming
Yeah.
before mine
Yeah.
or whatever? So that's probably absolutely what that is.
Yes.
So
So do you feel at ease with the shipment? I know we had
I
some
do
concerns.
now.
Yes.
I do now, but initially with the not the 40-foot, because I think that went pretty smoothly, but that was what you guys coordinated.
Yeah.
On the a few little things that I had, I reached out to the shipping company myself, and I think that's where everything kind of fell apart.
Now, what did we tell you after that happened?
You said we should have gone through, that I should have gone through you. And the only reason why it didn't even dawn on me to reach out to you is because I was already doing
were
the
already
40
doing
foot.
it, right.
You know, and so I was like, well, isn't this all together in my mind, you know? And it was like right after they had loaded the 40-foot, I'm like, I still have some few things left. So I just immediately reached out to the shipping company and said, hey, I need another container. All of my stuff is not going, you know? And so that's when they advised me as to consolidating a
Yes.
shipment or what have you. Yeah, that I'm still.
It was stressful.
It was stressful, and I'm still slightly concerned.
But we got you.
You know, because when I spoke to the shipping young lady just the other day, I told her, I said, I'm still concerned about me getting my items and they're not damaged. And it was because of how they handled it. And it's like, it was a miscommunication. I had, when the 40-foot container was being packed, I had put movers on standby because I knew it was going to be needed, you know, for the other part. But then the another shipping person advised me, no, you don't need movers. Our guys can do it. So I was like, okay. So I released my movers. Then when those guys came, they said, we're not movers. I'm like, what? So trying to scramble and make sure that my items were not damaged, because the majority of those items that were not brought were glass. Items.
Okay.
So it was like special care needed to be with that. That was the reason why I put the movers on standby, because that's what they do.
Yeah.
You know, and I was like, oh my gosh, so much prayer. You know,
and we'll
it's
be able to follow up on that.
Yeah.
And we wanted to, again, safeguard.
Yeah.
So, you know, when we had the conversation, we like, don't you do anything else on your own.
Exactly.
So that we can safeguard
Exactly.
the transition.
Exactly.
Okay. So y'all hear the
Absolutely.
truth here about the
Yeah.
entire process.
Absolutely.
So let's move forward. So you got the shipping done, the shipping is out, you're preparing to land in Kenya.
Yes.
Leading up to you landing in Kenya, we typically do your last minute meetings with you, and then you land.
Yes.
How was the experience when you landed at JKI?
It was really, it was wonderful. Let's just get that, you know, clear right now. It was great. My flight was late in leaving the U.S., which meant it was late in arriving in Kenya. While I was on the plane, I was thinking, oh, wow, I'm going to get in really late. Are they going to be there?
Yes. But that's a valid,
Right. You know, because my family.
Because you just don't know what you don't know.
Right. And my family was
Can I pour?
concerned. Yeah. And my family was concerned, who is meeting you?
Okay.
You're going to get in at night. Who
Yes.
does that? And I'm
Yes.
like, well, normally I wouldn't. You know, who does that? You don't arrive at night, at least not a female alone.
Okay.
You know, that type of thing. So I get off the plane. One of the sky cabs gets all of my luggage, and we roll out.
Yes.
And there you guys are, right there at the door. I couldn't help it. It's like, I was like, oh my gosh, I was so happy.
You were crying?
Yes.
And we're like, why are you crying?
Yes. Yeah, I just don't know. It's like what I went through in the U.S., because they were telling me I was not going to get on the plane. They were telling me that my bags were too heavy. And I'm thinking to myself, heavy bags, I mean, that happens all the time. You just pay for the bags. What's the problem? And they were like going round and round. And I just believe it was the Most High, because there was a Kenyan young man
Yes.
that came up to me and said, ma'am, how can I help you?
Yeah.
And I explained to him the situation. And he said, no, you're going to get on this plane. Let's work this thing out.
Yes.
So he started putting the luggage up on the conveyor belt
Wow.
to weigh it. He said, this is too light. This is too heavy. Take some of this stuff out of here. Put
put
it over
this
here.
there.
You're going to get on this plane. He said, we got 8 minutes. Come on, let's do it.
Wow.
So yeah, it was down to the wire. I mean, it was like you got 1 minute to get from the checking in the bags
Yeah.
to the security, which I was like, he said, if you didn't have TSA pre-check, you wouldn't make this flight.
You wouldn't make the flight. But you did. You
I
found
did.
it. You
I
met a
did.
Kenyan in the U.S.
Yes.
while boarding the plane to move to Kenya.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Yeah, that definitely had to have been the ancestors of the
Yes.
Most High.
Yes.
For sure.
Yeah.
So then you land, you
Yeah.
see us there, you said to us, you're like, I didn't know
eyes
y'all
were
were going to
watering.
be there. I didn't know you guys were going to be here. We were like, why wouldn't we? You said you didn't know we were going to be that close to.
Right. Everybody else was way, and I'm thinking, how am I going to find them?
Yeah.
All of these people.
Yes.
They're holding signs. I'm like, I am never going to be able to find these people. It's like, okay, where are they? And something said, look to your left.
And
I
we
looked.
right there. We like, hey.
It's like, oh my God. It's like you are right there.
Yes.
So I didn't even have to worry about it. You guys took all of my bags. And when well, as you know, I had a lot of bags.
Yes, yes. You had like at least 15.
I had 10.
Yeah, yeah. Yes,
Wait a
I'm
minute.
over
And the only
exaggerating.
reason why I had the 10 was because that was the limit.
Yeah,
if I
yes.
could have brought 15, I would.
It would have been 15. But nonetheless, we were able to do that.
Yes,
So
yes.
then we get in and you go to our partner boutique
Yes,
hotel.
yes.
We didn't want to put you in your temporary housing the first night.
Right.
Just so you could kind of relax and don't have to worry about what I'm going to eat or what I'm going to, right? Because it was
Right.
kind of late.
Right.
How was that experience?
It was great. The hotel room was wonderful. It was peaceful. I was able to get a good night's
You
sleep.
said you slept well.
Yes, I
Yes.
did. And was able to, got up, got a little breakfast, not much. And it had a, what do you call it? It was a continental breakfast was included.
Right, right.
Yeah, so was able to have that. You guys came, picked me up, me and all of my bags.
Yes, yes, yes.
And took me to,
Westgate Mall, right?
not Westgate. You took me to the apartment, didn't you?
We went to the apartment first, you're right.
Yeah.
Now, how was that?
Now that apartment was right across from a mall, which was wonderful.
Yes.
It was wonderful. Beautiful apartment, peaceful, relaxing, the whole thing. So I enjoyed my time there. I was there for a whole month, and I enjoyed my time there. The mall was right across the street. If I wanted anything, I could just literally cross the street. I'm at the mall, and of course at the mall, as you know, there's everything.
Everything.
Grocery store, banks, everything that you need. Had to go to the doctor. One day.
We'll get in that. We'll get into that.
Okay.
So
Okay.
now I want to get into the piece where, while I am the face of Traverze Culture, and you probably seen me how many times in your 30-day program?
Maybe 5, maybe.
Yeah, because I pulled up a few
Yeah,
times.
yeah.
But you've mainly been with my team.
Yes.
I got to call Miss Mora in. She's
Okay.
here with us. And we're going to get Miss Mora to kind of walk us through the 30-day integration calendar.
Okay.
So make sure that you like, comment, share, and subscribe to this video. As I always say, you're not going to find information like this on any other channel here in Nairobi, Kenya, but Traverze Culture. So, Ms. Mora, for the first day of the 30-day integration calendar plan, what do we typically do for the guests, or what we typically did for Miss Anita?
Okay, that's a great question. First, hello viewers, how are you? I hope you're good. Joining in, so I'll take you through the 30 days itinerary. And I'll say for Miss Anita, we were so flexible. What do you think?
Yes,
We were
you
very
really were.
flexible. I think we initially, before she flew in, we had a planned itinerary and we had itemized activities on what we are going to do for the 30 days. But upon just around the corner, we now had to know what the client needs, and we switched back quickly. So first and foremost, what is in the itinerary is healthcare, health insurance, when you come, and she's here permanently, so she needs to get situated on issues with insurance, medical insurance. So
Right.
we had a date with the different medical insurances here in Kenya to make sure that once she's off from Traverse, she can be able to work in a hospital and get her medical insured, and she can actually access a better health care.
Yeah.
Yeah. So another thing is that we had to show her different health care facilities.
Yeah.
That we took her, and she loved it. Actually, during that period, she was like, I think I need this. I think I need my eyes to be checked. I think I need this. I think I need that. I think this is nice. I want to try it. It feels good when a guest or rather client says,
Yeah.
I need to try this. I need to kindly, can you take me here? I'd like to access the services. So maybe if she can tell us, like, when she went to the health facilities, was she satisfied?
Yeah.
What was her experience?
Yes.
Because she was the doctor. When she came out, she was smiling. So maybe you can tell our audience.
Yeah, so I did I've had to go a couple of times for different services, medical services.
Okay.
And so the first one was actually a clinic that was right across from my apartment. And so went to the clinic, check in and all of that. It's like everything went so smooth. Oh my gosh. I can't express how grateful I am and how the whole process was.
Seamless.
It was seamless, yes, but it was so much better than what I was used to.
Really?
Yeah, yeah. In the U.S., you wait so long. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
Yeah. You were able to just walk right in.
I walked in, I checked in. Within, say, have a seat.
Yeah.
So it's like within, seemed like maybe 5 minutes, they were like, okay, we got you, we see what you're here for or whatever. This is what it's going to cost. The doctor will be with you in a minute. You're going to go through like different stages to,
Right.
be able to, get treated or whatever. But everything, it didn't take long at all. I was like, oh my goodness. And so one of your team members
Yes.
was with me.
Yeah.
Who's
And
with you?
Terry.
Terry.
was
Shout
with
out
me.
to Miss Terry.
Yes. And she was like, everything is going to be okay, Miss Anita. Everything is going to be okay. And I was like, I was just shocked at how, everything was going so smoothly. Went in to see the doctor. They said, I said, this is what I think is going on. They said, not a problem. We'll run the test to see. But they didn't just run the test based on what I thought was wrong. They ran tests to make sure I was covered. And I was like, oh.
This is different.
Yeah, very much so. It's like, oh my gosh. And so by the time, I finished with the doctors and everything, they had run the tests and all of that. Pharmacy was right there.
Everything is right there,
Yeah.
right?
I didn't have to leave and go to a CVS.
Right. No, it's right there. And you get one bill.
Right.
Yeah.
One bill.
Right. I was like, oh my gosh. So when we walked out of the clinic, which once again was in the mall, I just think that is the best thing.
It is. No, it really
It
is.
is.
So from the point that I walked across the street to the apartment, I had medicine in my hand, and I was just really shocked because the medicine that I had, the doctor instructed me, you'll take this for 1 day.
I remember
Just
you
one
texting
day.
that
Right.
in the group. Yes.
1 day. He said, and you'll be better. Because I think we went on Friday. And he said, take the medicine, all of this. He said, eat a good dinner.
Yeah.
Take this medicine. By Sunday, you should be feeling better. And lo and behold, I was.
I remember seeing that text in the
I
group.
was shocked.
You were like, they said this, but, and I think we had another client, Miss Penny. It happened the same way with Miss
Same
Penny,
way,
and she
yes.
did the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's unheard of in the U.S., and I don't know why, but it's like the medicines that we get, we end up having to be on it for a week or two
Yeah.
before we started feeling better.
Yeah.
And it's like this was in just by the weekend I was good.
Yeah, you were good.
And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm thinking to myself, how silly were you because you were kind of feeling kind of like, something's not right. But you kept dismissing it.
Yeah.
And like, oh, you're in a new country. How is this gonna work? Until finally it gotten to the point where I was like, I gotta do something. This is not good.
Yeah.
And it was so seamless that I really felt silly. I felt silly by not saying something sooner.
But that's
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
That's what
No,
we
it's
were here
okay.
for.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Can I ask you something, Miss Mora?
Yeah.
So, or I'll ask Miss Anita, but then I want you to chime in. Something that a lot of people don't take in consideration. I was going with, while I am the face of the brand, I'm not with you the entire 30 days. The team is with you. How was that experience working with local Kenyans? As you all know, this is a women-owned, women-led. We do have a man behind the camera, but it's majority
to.
women, yes, that run the company and lead the company, but they're local Kenyans. How was that for you?
I think that's imperative because I went into some situations where I needed someone that knew the language. I knew that, someone that could interpret for me, because on some of it, I don't know how. On some of it, I'm able to just pick it up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But then on other, it's like, I don't know. It was like, what was just said, that type of thing.
Yes.
And so I needed that. I think it's imperative because had it not been for your team to be right there with me, I don't know if I would have navigated it as smoothly.
So we went over, so we did shipment, we did healthcare. You guys already know medical tourism here is, great. And we promote that as a company. And as you go through our relocation services, healthcare is top notch for us. And then we get into permanent home finders. So you were in your house for 30 days.
Yes.
Would you enjoy that? Please, honey, let's get into the
Let me sit properly.
because we offer 3 real estate tour dates within your first 30 days, and we typically offer between 15 to 20
Yeah.
sites.
Yeah.
But I think, did we double that?
No,
How was this?
Let me start. I know she's laughing. Let me start.
Yes.
Anita moved to Kenya
Yeah.
with maybe almost all her stuff.
Yeah.
Like she shipped like everything because she values.
Right.
Once you use your item, even if you bought it at maybe 10,000 USD, and you want to sell it, people devalue it and say, I want to give you
that's a
maybe
good point.
200
Yes.
USD. So she decided, hey, you know what? I'm going to Africa. I'm going to Kenya. I'm not going to spend, more in buying and selling this that I bought,
Right.
quality, and I invested in it. So
Correct.
she brought that with us.
Right.
Mora and Traverse team did not understand what kind of the size that Miss Anita needed for her permanent housing. So the first 2-3 house hunting, we might have gotten it wrong because we took her to smaller spaces because she said, I need 2 to 3 bedrooms.
Yeah.
And this is my budget.
Yeah.
So we took her and she was like, But there's one that she likes, but it was furnished. But remember, she has her own stuff.
Her own stuff.
Yeah.
So that wouldn't
So
work.
we were like, okay, you have your own stuff. Let's do this. Can we look for not furnished houses, or rather home for you, for your transitional permanent home? Because at the end of the day, she's going to build her own, I don't know, it's mansion or bungalow, whatever.
Yes.
Yes. So for her, she's like, I just need a place where I can be while I construct, and Traverse is going to make that happen.
We are.
Yeah. So we were out there and we were out and we looked for the 2 days we were wrong. And then the third time she said, how much, you're working with the realtor, yes. How much budget did you give him? I said, this is what we gave, and said, okay, I can go up a little bit. And by the time she was giving us the new rate, now it's your time to talk.
Miss Anita, please.
Well, I don't know really where to start. So I guess I'm here because of the new budget, right?
Yeah.
So once I kind of upped my budget your team started taking me to different places that were really beautiful. And ultimately, I am in a place right now that I just love. It's beautiful. It is near a mall once again, so I can actually walk to it. Uh, and so, yeah, I mean, I'm here. It's the perfect spot for me. Um, I think it's going to, in the long run, it's going to help me to be able to navigate some things because, of
Yeah.
course, I'm in the process of learning Kenyan law or rules, if you will, regarding driving and that type of thing. And so I wanted to be in an area that, was kind of easy to navigate that. And I think you and your team, I think you guys did an awesome job in where you've placed me because I think I can navigate it. This is doable for
Yeah,
me.
very doable. It's
Yeah.
safe
Mm-hmm.
and it's convenient.
Yes.
You did the driver's test the
Yes.
other day.
Yes.
How did that go?
Well, according to the instructor,
Yeah.
it went really well because, wait a minute, because, well, the first time, Maura let me drive.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yes.
that was the first time. And I have to admit, I was really nervous. I was like, oh my goodness, because this is my first time actually driving on the
Without an
right
instructor.
side. On the right side of
Yeah.
the road. And so I was like, oh. And so she was like, oh, you can keep driving, you can keep driving. And I was like, no, I cannot.
The reason as to why I let her drive is that all the time I was driving, she's also driving with me because we sit on the left as a driver and she was sitting on the right. So
Oh my
she was
goodness.
my co-driver.
Oh my
It's only that
goodness.
she was not on the steering wheel. But in her mind, eyes, and everything that she was doing, she was kind of driving. And I was like, hey, relax. I got it. And she was like, oh, I'm sorry. It's because I'm on this side and I'm thinking I'm driving. So I told her it's not so hard to drive in Kenya. It's only that you're seated on the right. Kindly let's switch. So we switched over.
Right.
And once she was on the right side of the driving, like we drive on the right.
Yeah. Yeah.
So once she switched the position, she kind of felt like, oh yeah.
Yeah.
I just told her, keep to your lane.
Yeah.
Just keep to your lane. And she was like, oh my God.
This is normal.
And she drove, I think, in kilometer, we say like 5 to 10 kilometers. And she saw a petrol station and she drove into the petrol station. She said, Mora, take your place.
Yes,
got
I
the
did. Yes, I
experience.
did. But when I was with the instructor, he had me talking about stuff in the U.S. and all of that. I wasn't thinking about driving. I was just driving.
Right.
Yeah.
And so when cars were coming towards me or whatever, I maneuvered. I bypassed, like, you know how you have like the little potholes and
Yeah,
stuff
yeah,
like
yeah.
that. I was able to maneuver and bypass the potholes and all that, or slow down, to keep from, messing up the car,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
that type of thing.
bumps.
Right, the
Yeah.
bumps, yeah.
Speed
So
bumps.
I was like, oh my goodness. And so when we got done, I said, well, how did I do? He said, you're good. You're
Yeah.
You're
good.
gonna be fine.
Yeah. And I was like, well, okay, great. And I was thinking, wow, that really wasn't bad at all. Because, and I think you had mentioned this to me, you already know how to drive.
Right. You already know
how to drive.
Because
Yeah,
you were
it's
asking
only
me,
that
can I
just-
said, you go be
Yeah.
all right. You go take the
Yeah.
test. You
Yes.
go do the classes.
Yeah.
'Cause
Exactly.
you are going to switch your license, which will be assisting you hands off, because we just did the 60-day hands
Yes.
in.
Yeah.
And then we'll be assisting you with purchasing a vehicle
Right.
Yeah.
later on through
Uh-huh.
your process. As we wrap up, did you get your money's worth?
Oh, yes, without a doubt. Without a doubt, I did.
Yeah.
More so because you guys have helped me navigate some things, like I said earlier, that I would not have been able to navigate without your assistance. I mean, there's just no way. It couldn't be done. You guys went what I believe to be above and beyond. You really did. Yeah, yeah, without
So,
a doubt.
From 1 to 10, what do you rate Traverze Culture?
I'm gonna do a 9.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm
Because
gonna
you
do a
always got
9.
room to grow.
Right,
Yes.
and that's the reason for the 9. Is
Yeah.
because everybody, including myself,
Yes.
have room. So we can have room to grow. But yeah, it was a very positive experience.
Okay.
I feel like I have met a group of women that will help me the whole time I'm here. You know what I mean? I don't feel like, you know how sometimes when you're doing business with an entity or what have you, once the business is over, that's it.
Yeah.
I don't feel that way.
We're
I
still
feel
doing it.
right.
Yeah, we're
I
still
feel like I
doing
can
it
call
even
you guys
after.
and say, I understand I have to navigate this on my own, but can you give me a little bit of guidance? Where should I go and get this? Perfect example, a P.O. box. I knew I needed that.
Okay.
Terry assisted me. She said, Miss Anita, you can do it online. I said, really? She
Yes.
said, yes. The other day, did it online. Paid for the box. I just need to go and pick up my keys.
Yeah.
Wow.
How easy is that?
Right,
You know what I
right.
mean? So I just needed that little guidance to
Yeah.
know how is it here in the U.S. And so I will say this.
Okay.
You know how, when you're moving to another country, there are expat groups and stuff
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
You know. So I reached out to the expat group and said, you know what? How do you get a mailbox in Kenya? They just said, go to the post office. Well, okay. I was like, Terry, how do I get a P.O. box in Kenya? She said, you could do it online. This is where you go. I was like, that's what I'm needing, So it's like that Kenyan touch is what you need. So I would advise anyone moving to a new country, don't gravitate just towards, like if you're from America or whatever, don't just gravitate towards Americans. Gravitate towards the locals as well. You need them to help you navigate the country. I mean, I would not have been able to get as far as I feel like I've gotten far because I've only been here, what, a month and a half? Yeah.
With 30 days in.
Yeah. Yeah. So I don't think I would be as far along as I am in navigating things because your team explained everything. I feel like going forward, I think I'll be all right.
You'll be all right.
Yeah, I think
And
I'll be all right.
also, we promised you that we are just a phone call
Yes,
away.
yes.
Kindly feel safe for the next few days before you go hands off, that you can reach us. Like we can be reached. You can reach her. You can reach Terry and I, Sharoni. We can help you and try and make make you comfortable as you now settle. Yes. So don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this video, and wait for more because we have a lot in store.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you for watching.
Yeah.
Peace.